Hey guys, eternal affixes have become a very important part of the game, and when it comes to Druid, I could not stress enough how important and how OP these eternal affixes are going to be. Especially if you think about it, each gear slot right now in our test server has 10 essences, and hence the option to alter the essences are limited. And in such a case, these eternal affixes are going to provide you so much value. In this video, I'll provide you with all the eternal affixes of the Druid class, and also I'll provide you with a chart which says which eternal affixes of other class are going to convert into the eternal affixes of the Druid class. And this is very important because you can start farming now. I want to emphasize this again. These eternal affixes are so powerful, like these are going to be like build enablers. Like some of the builds that you are going to see coming in the future, like very now, like other creators are also going to make, you will see they are going to use some eternal affixes. And especially right at the start, when your essence mastery level is at 1, if you have some of these eternal affixes, your journey, your experience of the class is going to be so much better. So without wasting any more time, let's cover all the eternal affixes of the Druid class, and I'll just say you which ones in my opinions are good at the start of the game and which ones might be good for PvP. So let's get into it. So guys, these are the Druid eternal affixes for all the skills, all the 13 skills in one image. Now usually for other classes, 1 or 2 eternal affixes are good, but for Druid I think they have done it differently. All of these eternal affixes, I mean all, do provide a lot of value in my opinion. They are basically build altering, and some of them are good for PvP, some are good for PvE. By the way, I'll be posting the eternal affixes, this image, in my Discord, so make sure you join the Discord if you want to download this particular image, or you can just take a screenshot right now. Anyway, let's look into some of the main ones, the important ones, which I think have a lot of value. So firstly, I'll tell you, Druid has 3 of the skills of Druid are very high value, and these 3 consume primal power, and these are the Surging Stone, the Werebear, and the Werewolf. Now all of these consume primal power, and for Surging Stone the primal power consumption is pretty high. It's like 10 per second, right? And you have total of 100 primal power in your bank. So using this primal power consumption reduction, this is going to be very effective. This is going to basically make this particular skill last almost forever if you have built the right way, right? There are a lot of ways where you can get primal power, and if you get reduction in primal power, this Surging Stone is going to be OP. It is already very OP, trust me. So Surging Stone is going to be good for both PvP and PvE. Hence, I think these are very good. By the way, before you start crafting from right now to prepare for this, my advice will be to wait and see what builds are going to emerge at the top, and then only go for crafting. Before that, you can just farm for the gears, right? Anyway, my second favorite, the one which is going to be very useful on day 1, is going to be Raven Storm. Generate an additional 3 primal power when used. So at 4 out of 4 bonus, you are going to generate 12 primal power, and the Ravens itself give you 6 primal power when used. So 18 primal power on each dash. So I made a build one day ago, and in that I was using Raven Storm, and I was using this eternal affix. So there are going to be a lot of builds with these eternal affixes, and these are going to provide so much value. When it comes to healing, I think for PvP there is going to be a lot of heals that you need to do. So there are 3 heal essences. The Thorn Armor, this is going to give you more heal when you have a shield, right? And then there is Summon Oak. There is also a healing eternal affix, and Circle of Life. This is a healing skill and eternal affix. So with these eternal affix, your healing is going to be off the charts. Next, I want to cover the summons. The summons basically has Grizzly Bear and summon wolves. Grizzly Bear lasts for 24 seconds at base. And with this particular eternal affix, you are going to increase the duration of Grizzly Bear. If I'm not wrong, I think you can get 100% uptime on Grizzly Bear using these eternal affixes. So yeah, this Grizzly Bear, if we have a very strong build for Grizzly Bear, these are going to these are going to be very important. And for summon wolves, basically primary attacks have a 15% chance to increase wolf summon attack speed by 15% for 6 seconds. So attack speed increase is very nice. Summon wolves are in general faster than Grizzly Bear, so this attack speed are going to increase the damage of summon wolves very much. Yeah, like I said, I already covered the PvP ones. Obviously, Werebear is the highlight for PvP. But if you look at Werewolf, I don't know if my head is coming on the way, but here it says while in a werewolf, attacking an enemy below 50% will fear them for 0.8 seconds. Fear. So this class Druid has a lot of continual damage type of effects going on, like the burn, like the bleed. But when it comes to hard CC, there isn't much. Yes, there is stun when you are going to change into Werebear, right? So there are everything, but it does not have fear. And with this particular Eternal Affix, you also get fear. Also for stack charge, I think this can be good for PvP. Maybe Fire Tornado. Now, in my opinion, Fire Tornado is very good for PvE, and I think if there's a build comes with Fire Tornado for PvP, it will be very good. But for PvP on day one, like the build that I showed you one day ago, I think Fire Tornado is going to be very, very effective for PvE builds, especially for farming and dungeons. Fire Tornado is going to provide a lot of value. And Earthquake, to be honest, I'm not a very big fan of the Earthquake skill in general, right? And yeah, Rabid Might is going to be a buff skill, I think, for PvP. So yeah, you can see there are so many affixes for PvP, right? There's fear, there's additional shield, damage reduction, there is again damage buffs, and again there's a lot of healing. So a lot of these Eternal affixes for PvP, and some of them are very good for both PvE and PvE. So yeah, let's check out which of the other essences you are going to convert into the Eternal affixes for Druid. And I prepared this till the Tempest. It was already prepared, it was already in the community. I just added the last one. Pretty lazy job. It is not exactly properly oriented, but it will do the work, right? So if you are targeting any one of these, right, you are already want to pre-farm or only want to pre-craft, which I highly recommend not to, you can look at this particular screen. Like for example, Werewolf, this is going to give you fear. Werebear, probably this will be used for PvP, right? So if you are Tempest, Vortex is going to help. Blood Knight, Abomination, Necromancer, Skeleton, Command Skeleton, right? So yeah, this is again a chart, and if you want this chart, again in Discord I'll post this, because these are image and I don't think so I can post image on YouTube. You can take a screenshot, by the way. Anyway, let's move on some of my recommendations. So for first day huge value, if you have already these essences, these Eternal affixes, I think these are going to be providing a huge value. First, number one is going to be Surging Stone. It is a very OP skill, and you don't need any essence right off the bat, right off the rip. Surging Stone equips Surging Stone and everyone is going to die. So Surging Stone Eternal affix is going to be very, very good. Ravenstorm, because it has so much synergy with Surging Stone and Werewolf, the two of the most strongest PvE skills in my opinion. So Ravenstorm and Surging Stone are going to be my favorite. Fire Tornado, I think a lot of people don't like, but I personally like it. You can check out the video that I made yesterday, and you will know why I like Fire Tornado it so much. So yeah, these are some of the ones that I wanted to highlight. Now, these are just guesses. Don't go and start crafting. Same thing for PvP. These are some of my guesses. Obviously, Surging Stone again, Werebear, and Rabid Might. Now, if you don't remember Rabid Might actually has, damage increased by 9%, while, a status. So you will be actually using a lot of heals, a lot of buffs, a lot of tanks. So you need some ways to increase your damage in PvP. And Rabid Might, most probably you are going to use in PvP along with Werebear, right? So this damage buff is going to be very handy, trust me. So, but yeah, again, disclaimer, these are just my guesses. The final PvP build can only be, finalized when the game is live, when we are going to actually play the games, and then we'll know, that is the actual test of these Eternal affixes. So yeah, guys, I wanted to give you a heads up about the Eternal affixes of Druid. All of them are great. A different build uses different type of Eternal affixes, and with the lack of essences at the start, these Eternal affixes, you can consider them as an additional Eternal affix, as an additional essence, right? And these are going to be build enablers, like I said, and they are going to change the outcome of your build, completely changing the feel of the build. So hope you like the video. check out the Discord if you want this particular images. Check out the link in the description of the YouTube video where I'm going to doing a giveaway. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to play the Druid class when it comes out. See you then. Bye.